Y'all, I've been testing and trying this makeup. I'm ready to review it. We're gonna do it speed review style. I've been doing first impressions, follow-ups, all of that. I'm ready to give you my full review on these things. Let's jump into it. I love testing new makeup. I love trying new products. Some of these things I purchased myself. Some of these things were sent to me. And as much as I love trying new products and testing products with y'all, I think it's always important to follow up, to come back after I've really tried something and let you know, is it good or bad, especially if you were thinking about buying this stuff. So let's just talk about it, because I have some good stuff and some stuff that I'm like, okay, I'm done with. Let's first talk about the Nikki LaRose BK Beauty brush set though, because I love BK Beauty. I think they make high quality brushes. I mean, they make great products. But when I saw them collabing with Nikki LaRose, I was excited. I'm like, okay, like a new makeup artist. Well, I say new because Lisa J, I know is a makeup artist, does YouTube. Nikki LaRose is like a new makeup artist working with BK Beauty to make a brush set. I'm excited, okay? So I knew I would love this brush, and I do. I love it for like concealer or for cream blush. Like, it has a lot of uses. I knew I would love the eye brushes. They're beautiful. I even knew I would love this brush for bronzer, for like finishing powder, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's a brush shape I like. But these two brushes are unique and different, and I love. Now, mine are dirty. Don't judge me, because this one, I love this. I was skeptical. It looks weird. I'm like, I don't know a brush like this. Is it kind of gimmicky? I don't feel like it would be, but let me try it. I don't think I'll like it, but I'm gonna try it. This is so good for liquids or creams or powders. I've used it every single way, but I have to say, I absolutely love this for like tinted moisturizer, maybe like a very light coverage foundation to just like quickly buff on, you know, where you're not doing like foundation. You just want to do something like quickly buffed into the skin. It just does it flawlessly, and that's why it's dirty, because like I used it yesterday and like I keep using it and I love it. And this brush is really cool for eye primer or concealer, or like if you have maybe a liquid blush that was a little difficult to blend, it didn't want to do what it was supposed to do, and you need to like kind of diffuse it. This brush does it. I think it's best for concealer, but I have definitely used it to kind of save the day on some liquid and cream products. Overall, they did an amazing job. It took me a long time to come back with my follow-up thoughts on these Moon Dust palettes from Urban Decay. Let's start first with this one right here. This is the Galactic Cowgirl. So this is like their Moon Dust eyeshadow formula, super sparkly, glittery in a palette form. I really like it. I think it's very beautiful. If you are somebody who has a lot of indie brand eyeshadows, you have multi-chromes, duochromes, you have sparkles, you have toppers, you have Clionadh, Adept, Unearthly, Bella Beauté Bar, like you're not going to be overly impressed by this. I was super excited to see something like this come to the mainstream. So this one, yeah, Galactic Cowgirl, and then also I have Space Rider. So I did buy both of these because I'm like, you know, I'm curious. I think these are really pretty. I like how this one's a little more cool, and then Space Rider a little more warm. I've used these and enjoy them, but I'm not going to reach for these over my indie brand shadows. I think they're nice. It's a great option for a mainstream sparkly topper type shadow. I don't regret my purchase, but I'm not gonna say like buy these over indie brands. You know. Now, kind of in that same category is the Bella Beauté Bar Angles of Illumination. I really enjoyed the previous version of this. It was a palette of all duochromes, really beautiful shades, and I had high hopes for this palette. And when I first saw it, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna love it. I don't know. I like love sparkle, yes, of course, but I'm like, do I have this already? When I tell you, my mind was changed. These are beautiful shadows. I don't know why I even doubted Bella Beauté Bar. I love the brand. I know they make great quality products. I doubted, I was corrected. This multi-chrome right down here, Luminescence, so beautiful. So beautiful. I found myself grabbing this palette a lot. There's a lot of color in here, which we love. So if the color's not for you, this isn't going to be for you. But I love these kind of warmer shades that we have down here. This is a really beautiful, like, corally green sparkle shade too. Then we have these like blues that shift purple, some shift light blue, some shift green, some like really, really beautiful. The formulas work super well for me. I like that we have this big mirror. They are magnetic, so if you want to pop them out, do something different with them, you can do that. I have worn this shade and this shade on the face as like highlighters or blush toppers as well. Listen, it's good. Now, I'm not loving this Purlisse Matcha Green Tea Antioxidant Priming Moisturizer Lightweight Oil-Free Cream for oily combination to normal skin. So I tried this in a video and I tried using it as a primer because it says that it primes the skin for makeup, and it wasn't it for me. So since then I was like, okay, this should be a moisturizer, not a makeup primer. And it's okay. It's not going to replace my daily moisturizer. It's just not. I've kind of had to make myself use this. I haven't been like, oh, when I'm doing my skincare thinking, oh, like I'm ready to put on my moisturizer, I want to reach for this one. No, I have actually had to tell myself several days, like, Heather, you have to get your review together because it's been too long. And it's not that it's bad, it just doesn't do anything wonderful. You know, like it doesn't sink into the skin as quickly as some of my other ones. It doesn't make me feel like as glass skin-like as some of my other ones. I do have oily skin, and this one, like, it's okay. I would use it if I ran out of all my others, but it's not the fave. I also bought all 3 of the Nimya blushes, and while I think these are good, I'm not making them like holy grail favorite cream blush status. They're pretty. I like the colors. I don't have any problems with these whatsoever. I do prefer a different container because, like, well, you can see it's just like a smaller pot. So if I want to dip my sponge in there, it's a little hard to. These did come with little tiny sponges, which are great. I enjoy those. But to be honest, when I'm getting ready, it's enough for me to like not sit down, get ready and be like, oh, I need to go wet my sponge to do my makeup, to then remember I have to wet my sponge that is specific for concealer or blush or whatever. I usually just use the same sponge. It's nice if you have a small brush. I can't get my finger in there. Like, I don't love the container. I would love to see this shift to more like a pan so I could really fit something in there easier. So for that, I found myself not reaching for them quite as much. I did try all 3. I wore them several times. I think they're beautiful, just not the fave. This One Size Secure the Glow Primer I like so much more than I initially thought. I have oily skin. It is humid where I live, and I'm not normal to oily. I'm not combo. Like, I am full on oily, but I do still want my skin to be hydrated. I still take really good care of my skin, and I know in the summer I'm gonna be still reaching for my Secure the Sweat, Secure the Blur. Secure the Sweat was a favorite for me, but I've really been enjoying this Secure the Glow. It says it is a tacky hydrating primer. Now, if you think that this is going to be like the Milk Hydro Grip, it's not like that. That is truly a gripping primer. This is almost more like a serum primer hybrid. It has this beautiful, like, thin serum consistency. When I put it on my skin, I instantly have like that glowy She's been eating all her fruits and veggies and drinking so much water a day. She is so healthy. Look at her glowing skin. That type of vibe. And then it is sticky, tacky, but it's not super sticky. It's just a little tack to the skin. So I do feel like it keeps my makeup on. I've had my makeup on 16 hours plus with this. Now, I will start to get glowy if I'm using a typical foundation, not something that's super matte. I will start to get glowy around the 8-hour mark, but not where I feel like I need to powder, I need to blot, I am looking like a grease ball. Not at all. Just a little more glowy than normal, a little dewy, still very pretty though, keeps my makeup on. My makeup doesn't break apart or anything like that. So I've enjoyed this, and there's been a couple of times where I've used a super matte foundation with this, and it works really, really well with those, giving me a nice hydrated base for that so that I'm not looking like cakey or anything. I'm impressed. I am impressed. I bought the Milk Makeup Concealer, Future Fluid Concealer. This is not a new concealer, it's new to me. I have had this in my Sephora cart for a long time. I was always curious about it, and I like it. It does what it's supposed to do. It is a medium coverage concealer. It's not too glowy. I would say it's more on the hydrating side, but it's not like rubbing off my under eyes. It's medium coverage. The reason this isn't the fave for me is this applicator. I get it. It should be cute and like it's pointed, but it doesn't pick up enough product for me. If you use like tiny dot, wonderful for you. That is not the life I'm living. I have to go back in for this concealer more than I do other concealers I have. So I don't know, like I don't love that about the component. The concealer is nice. I'm gonna keep using it. I think it's pretty. It's not like becoming a holy grail for me, but I do like it. I enjoy it. That's why I really love these follow-up videos, because I don't want to just do best of, worst of, because sometimes I try products that are good. They don't become favorites, but I use them. They're nice. Like, they do what they need to do. And I like sharing my follow-ups on everything. This Glamlite Calligrapher liner is freaking amazing. I love it. I ordered this. I saw so many people talking about this. I'm like, let me get it, because I love a black liquid liner. Hello, I'm wearing it today. This glides. It stays. You better have an oil-based makeup remover to get it off, and not even that, but you better kind of like be gentle and get it off, because it is not coming off with my itchy, like allergy stricken eyes. It's staying in place and it glides. Sometimes liquid liners stay in place, but you can't get a smooth line with them and you wish they wouldn't stay in place. Not this one, it does it all. Natasha Denona Mini My Dream Glow Blush. I love this. This is a new formula to Natasha. I am wearing this as blush and highlight today. It's beautiful. I love that we kind of have the 3-in-1, that I can just dip my brush over there. I can just dip my blush in the highlight. I can wear it all together. It's really pretty. I'm not surprised. I love Natasha Denona cheek products, so I'm happy with it. I'm glad I bought it. I love it. Last but not least, let's talk about the Patrick Ta for face. She's Thirsty Dewy Milk Mist. Shake well, spray all over the face. And I have been. This is beautiful. Now, I keep saying I have oily skin and I use a lot of powder. I have to, okay? Because my oil will want to eat my makeup off if I don't use a lot of powder. And sometimes I can definitely overdo it. I can have like a little bit of that powdery look under my eye, especially when I'm like not paying attention. And this melts everything into the skin. If you want something that is just going to kind of melt everything in, make everything look a little seamless, a little glowy and hydrated, that's this. Now, if you have dry skin, I think you will absolutely love this for all the time. For me, I've been having, like, you see, like, that's a good amount of usage for me, I think. I've really been enjoying it just to kind of spray my face, just, I know I've used this in several videos now. I used it today. I've really been enjoying this. And something that is so important with setting sprays for me is like, is the mist fine? And this mist is fine. All right, y'all, those are my speed reviews for today. I will link to the palette that I'm wearing. I am wearing my Cold Moon palette. I do have a whole video plus follow-up shorts, a lot of content with this palette. It's my fave, and my lip is Jones Road. Listen, I'll put it in the YouTube shopping. I will put it in the description box. Everything that I talk about. Thank you so much for being here. I hope whatever you're doing, you're having an amazing day. I hope you will subscribe and stick around, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye!